Been feeling trapped down on the floor. I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gonna lose. Silence takes a hold. I can't let it go. Chain up, no one knows. But I won't let the stormy sea.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking. If you haven't subscribed as yet, just hit the subscribe button down below and also turn on the notification bell so that whenever I put out a video, you'll be notified and you can watch it immediately. So today I'm going to be doing another sit down video on my supermarket haul video. This guy, Juan, asked me to do a video on shopping and budgeting in Qatar, so that's what I'm going to be doing now. So basically, most people who are here because of the fact that we don't get a pay tax. So, you want to save more. So the whole purpose of being here is actually working and saving, right? So for this video, I'll be going through the different things that you actually have to spend money on and how you can save money while doing them. So the first that I'm actually going to look at is housing. Now most jobs here will actually give you free housing, or housing will be a part of the package. But if you aren't provided with the housing, they will give you a housing stipend. All right. So let's say, for instance, you're given $10,000 for a housing stipend. Instead of getting an apartment for the $10,000, go somewhere cheaper, like a cheaper neighborhood, and rent an apartment for $4,500, fully furnished and inclusive of utilities. Another way in which you can save on housing is sharing an apartment. Okay, so say for instance you're working with a colleague that you get along very well and you're given a stipend. Both of you can choose to rent an apartment together. Most apartments are 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms. So if you come together, say rent an apartment for even 7,500 Qatar riyals, and split that in two, that's 3,500 Qatar riyals each. So that way you will still be able to save money from the stipend that you've been given. So another major expense is food, right? So you have to eat. You can't do without eating. So how much money do I spend on food? Now, to be honest, I don't spend a lot of money on food. And how do I manage to do this? Number one, whenever I go to the supermarket, I make sure that the first place that I go to is the sales section. You're gonna have like deals. There's always a section. If you go to Lulu's or Carrefour or Megamart, there's always a section where they have deals. That's where I start shopping first, period. Okay, and then whatever I can get from there, I do so. And another way of also saving money on food is by going to the markets instead of going to the supermarkets. So they have like farmers markets. I know there's one near Wakra that's open on Fridays. If you go there, you get fruits, veggies, all that good stuff in bulk, protein as well, and it's way cheaper than the supermarket prices. So that's also another option. I tend to buy, like my first shopping for the year, I tend to buy things in bulk, like washing detergent, dishwashing liquid, canned stuff. I tend to buy those things in bulk so that every month I only have to top up, so I don't spend a lot of money on food monthly after my first initial supermarket visit. So those are ways that I save money on food, shopping for food. So another major expense that you'd probably have is transportation. So how can we minimize the amount of money that we spend on transportation? Again, a lot of jobs here will actually offer you a stipend for transportation as well. So you can use that to cover a rental of a vehicle or anything like that. But if you want to save money from that, then you can also choose to take cheaper modes of transportation. The metro, the train just opened up, the metro just opened up, and all the lines are now opened. And it literally is just 2 Qatar riyals per ride. So you can get from wherever destination you are to wherever you need to go in just 2 Qatar riyals, right? So that's always a cheaper option. And in addition to that, they have the free buses that take you from your communities to the metro link or to the metro station. So that, gets rid of the cost of getting to the metro station. So that's always a cheaper option. If you aren't afraid to take the bus is also cheap, and then there's always Uber. But if you're looking to save on transportation or minimize the amount of money that you spend on transportation, I suggest the bus and the metro. Okay, the metro. If you have a colleague who lives close by you, or who lives close by you, and they have a vehicle that you could probably carpool, I'm sure that's something that they would appreciate. You know, you help them to pay for gas and they take you to and from work. That's a way also of minimizing your expenses on transportation. All right, so another major expense that you might have is entertainment. I am the way I deal with this is very drastic, so I'm sure not a lot of people might be able to do what I do. I personally do not accept invitations to go anywhere. So my colleagues are going out, I don't go. No matter how much I love them, I just don't go, because the type of activity that I like to do, I like to travel. So I like to save my money for that. So I don't go to clubs or, stuff like that. I hardly ever go out. But for people who might need, some entertainment now and again, there are lots of free things in Qatar. They just had a balloon festival recently, which was free. There are different activities or fairs at the souks that you can always go to. Now, in terms of sporting events, there are a lot of sporting events, and I suggest before you buy a ticket for the sporting events, especially if you work with companies like Qatar Airways or Qatar Foundation, always ask, or if you're a teacher in a school, for sporting events, always ask the PE department or ask your HR person or whoever is at the job that you're at if there are going to be any free tickets, because a lot of those companies do have free tickets that they will give to their employees. All right, so always ask before you buy tickets, okay? And if it's something that you're not sure that you want to see, I suggest you wait until last minute to get your ticket if free tickets are not available, because if things aren't sold out, they tend to lower the prices on tickets or just give them away for free. So if you can wait, I'm sure you'll benefit from that. All right, so that's it in terms of entertainment. Now for dining out, now everyone wants to go out and get something to eat, and there are lots of low-cost restaurants and lots of high-cost restaurants as well. Now, treat yourself sometimes. You might want to go out and have dinner, fine, that's fine. But I personally tend to just buy food around my community. Now, I live in an area where there are a lot of laborers, so a lot of the restaurants there are geared towards them. So you'll have Indian restaurants, Chinese restaurants, Turkish restaurants, and the prices are basically so cheap, right? So that's where, if I feel like going out, then that's where I'll go, unless it's like a special occasion and I want to splurge a bit. But most times, if I do dine out, I'll go to those cheap restaurants so I can get some good tasting food and at the same time save my coins. Another thing that I do to also save my money is that I cook. I cook most of my meals. So I go to the supermarket, I buy my stuff, and I cook. And you might not want to come home and cook every single day, because that can be really tiring. So 3 meals for the week. And I eat those 3 meals for the 7 days throughout the week. So all I have to do is go home, heat up my stuff, and that's it. Another thing that you're probably going to spend money on is clothing, clothes, right? Or clothing items. I save money when buying clothes is like this. So they'll always have sales. They'll have like sales for Ramadan, sales for Eid, stuff like that. Now, whenever I go to the mall, if I see something that I want and it's on sale, even though I might not have anywhere to wear it at the moment, I still buy it, because I know something's going to come up and I'm going to need it, right? So I always have clothes somewhere. I always have clothes. In addition to that, I don't shop at high-end stores. I mean, you lose weight, you put on weight, things go in and out of style. I think it's ridiculous to spend so much money on clothing items that you probably will only be able to wear for a season or two. I always believe that it's not what you wear, it's how it fits you. So the stores that I normally shop at, I shop at Splash, I shop at Max, I shop at Centerpoint, I shop at H&M whenever they have sales, and Riva when they have sales, and like Collision or whatever that store is called when they have sales, right? So basically I just look for the stores, look at the malls, see when they have sales, go see if there's anything that I need, I buy them, even if I don't have anywhere to wear them at the moment, because I know that something will come up where I'll definitely have need of them. Also, a perfect time to shop in Qatar at the malls is Black Friday, or they call it White Friday here. The sales are ridiculous. So that's a perfect time for you to go and get stuff. So now you have budgeted and you have saved money from shopping and housing and all those good stuff. Now what are you going to do with that money? So before coming to Qatar, I went to one of my banks at home and I started an investment fund. Okay, so I started an investment fund and another fund. So every month, as soon as I get paid, I wire transfer my money to the bank. I have standing orders for my 2 investment funds, right? So a certain amount of money goes to one investment fund and another set of money goes to another investment fund. Now for those 2, I have no bank cards. I pretend as if that money does not exist. I don't touch it. I don't look at it. That's for saving and for big goals. I don't touch it. Another thing, I make sure that I do not keep money here in Qatar. The only money I keep here in Qatar is money that I need to survive for the month. And believe it or not, I survive on a little bit. Okay, it's doable. You can do it, just depends on your lifestyle. Because I find that if you keep money here, you tend to spend it because it's available to you, have access to it. I don't. So to avoid all that, I send my money home and just keep the small amount that I need to use here. Okay guys, so yeah, those are my tips. I hope that you found this helpful one, and anyone else who is moving to Qatar. So for me, I am able to save and yet still, do stuff done again. All right, and then it all boils down to your mindset and priorities. For me, I want to build, I want to invest, so that's where my priority is. So that's why I save the way I do. My key points: budget. Make sure you write down what you're going to do. Don't just go out and spend randomly. Make sure you account for every dollar that you're spending, and save money wherever you can, whether it's shopping, transportation, housing, or entertainment. Have your investments back home that you pay into every month, and yeah, just live within your means. Okay, so again, I hope this will help someone. Anyone who's planning to move to Qatar, you need to know how to save or budget your funds. And don't forget, if you've made it this far, don't forget to just hit the thumbs button, guys, please. Comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye.